Classics back with another full breakdown video. And in this full breakdown video, I'm going to be talking about all of Sakura's new jutsus that we're getting in this DLC. Yes, there is some people already doing gameplay on it. For those wondering how are they doing it, they pulled out the files. I don't mess with stuff like that. But yeah, I'm still able to do the full breakdown because you're able to still run as Sakura yourself to run with all the jutsus to do all the timings and everything. And since in my full breakdown videos, for those who don't know, I give you the entire breakdown of the character, the move, the tool, you name it. The times, the seconds, everything. Not everybody does that. Honestly, I don't even know if anybody does do that. But yeah, let's get started. And in this video, like I said, do your boy a favor. Hit the like button. Get this video out there. But for the first move, the strength of 100 flower cannon. For those wondering what it does, it's a jutsu that grants allies the chakra of 100 ninjas, increases all allies ninjutsu's attack power, speeds up allies ninjutsu cooldown time, and recovers the user's health. I was like, that's pretty OP. That sounds kind of broken. For those wondering, the cooldown time on that jutsu is 20 seconds. When it comes to activating this jutsu, it honestly has a good sized bubble. Now, it's probably not as big of a radius as the gravity up, but if you're in the air doing this, the radius is quite large because it's a huge circle. So you're able to get a good distance around your teammates if you're doing like combat. But yeah, a 20-second cooldown, and you're able to pretty much spam this if you keep charging and throwing it. That's kind of broken. For those wondering if there's also stacks, this is one of the few jutsus that does stacks. So you could actually stack this with the scrolls, so you're able to spam it over and over and over with its cooldowns and the cooldown of the actual thing, which to me is pretty OP. Now, I don't know if it affects the teammates that have the cooldowns, if it still works for them with the doubles, but at least it works for you. And you can keep giving them all this extra boost at the same time. But yeah, I think it's really worth getting. Once it comes out for the CACs, I'll start testing other stuff out with it to see what other crazy stuff you can do with it. Now, when it comes to activating it, you honestly do have invincibility frames. So if they're trying to hit you and you're activating it, you can start punching them right after. You have invincibility frame right after for roughly a second. So I thought that was pretty neat. Now, I'm not sure how big is the invincibility frame box is. I don't know if it'll always work, but if you time it just right, I was able to get out of combos here and there from people trying to hit me and start comboing them instead. So I thought that was pretty neat. Now to the next jutsu, strength of 100 hard light. It's a jutsu that uses the chakra of 100 ninjas to fortify the user's body against powerful attacks. It can be activated mid-attack, and it also recovers the user's health if damage is taken just before activation. So you get a small percentage of a health increase using it. So it doesn't really work like a heal tag or anything like that. It's more like, I guess you could say, a self-heal. It ain't too bad, but when it comes to its abilities, that if people are jumping you, you could push them off of you. I was like, Now what about when it comes to the moves where you can't sub? Sadly, you still can't use this. I was messing with this with the famous Asumo knuckle knives, and I couldn't get out. I was still stuck. So it's not 100% like body blow. I'm not too crazy for it. It would help you out though when you are getting jumped by an entire team. But if you have that one toxic player that's just doing infinite loops with the unvanishables, the unsubs, then yeah, GG's. But I can still see people using this. It still isn't that bad. It still seems like it'll be pretty good handy if you're constantly getting jumped by an entire squad. The strength of 100 hard lights also has the ability gives you super armor. For those wondering how long the super armor lasts on it, is a total of 6 seconds. So the length of it is just like purple lightning. So that's not bad. So you could actually keep fighting against your opponents. So the strength of 100 hard lights not only gives you health if you're getting jumped when you're activating it, it pushes everybody away like body blow. It gives you a buff, so you could use it against powerful attacks. And it gives you super armor for 6 seconds. I honestly think it's, in a way, worth it. But now, for the next jutsu, or should I say the ulti secret technique, the 100 heals jutsu. Oh, and before I get to that, The cooldowns for the other 2 jutsus, I don't know if I said it just yet, but they're 20 seconds for each one. It sounds pretty crazy, but considering the type of abilities it has, it still ain't bad. I really don't think that cooldown time is that bad, especially if you're running certain things or assist in the clothing to help the cooldowns go quicker. Yeah, it ain't that bad. Now the 100 healing jutsu, the secret tech. For those who are wondering, it increases the user's attack power, movement speed, attack speed, and heals all allies for a period of time. Input an additional command to activate Cherry Blossom Hurricane and blow away the enemies in range. This sounds so OP. For those also wondering, this is kind of like Chroma Link mode, how you could activate one part that assists you and your teammates with all this power boost and heal boost, and then you follow up with pressing the up on the D-pad and you could do your second ulti. Now the Cherry Blossom Hurricane, by the looks of it, if anyone in Radius gets hit by it, it's GG's, they're dead. It's that OP. That's the strongest ground pound in the game. I thought that was dope. When it comes to using the first half, you have a total of 21 seconds of using the first half of the ulti before the complete ulti goes away and you can't use the second half. So it's kind of like Chroma Link mode, where you do have a long cooldown time before it goes away and you can't use the second half. Same thing like with Guy. Guy has the same thing, roughly around the same amount of time frame when it comes to doing his ulti for his second half. But yeah guys, that's all I have for this full breakdown. If you have any questions, comments, concerns, rage, hit me up in the comment section below, and I'll see you guys next time.